Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's discussion on the holy name, Harinam Cintamani by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So today is a auspicious day. So today is 7th April 2025. So today we're going to go into detailed studies of that. And my respectful obeisances to Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu. I'm so happy to see you in KL the day. So my great, but only thing is I didn't take selfie with you. That's my biggest mistake. I just remember. Then I came looking for you, but after that, I couldn't find you. Such a big crowd. I think almost 1,000 people turn up. I think. Huh?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So my obeisances to Kesavan Prabhu, Rosan Chang Mataji, Vivan Prabhu, Nanda Devi Mataji, Karpiya Saraswati Mataji, and Sheila Mataji. Thank you all for joining us today. So this is something very exciting, you know. The holy name is so beautiful. The holy name is so pleasurable. The holy name is so pleasing, you know. So I hope that you all are enjoying the holy name. Okay, so before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. As I said, what we need to do is we need to meditate that the entire Guru Parambara, Guru Varga is just right in front of you. You can offer them a very beautiful flower, especially Srila Prabhupada loves roses, all right? So if it, or whatever things that you can bring into your imagination, some beautiful roses or some very fragrant, what do you call, lotus flower or whatever, just prepare that in your mind. So when we offer obeisances, you just imagine that you are garlanding Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Srila Gaurakishore Das Babaji, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and Srila, what they call, Jagannath Das Babaji. That's the thing. Then, after that, when we chant this mantra, Mancha Kalpatarubhyascha, think of someone, a devotee that inspires you, that you want to offer your gratitude. You know, there's so many devotees that made you the person who made you a devotee, and all these kind of things. So you just in your mind offer them. At the same time, if you think that you have offended anyone, any of the devotees, maybe it's the opportunity for you to just mentally fall at their lotus feet and seek forgiveness. All right. So seek forgiveness. So when you chant that mantra, then after that, we followed by invoking Sri Radha and Krishna, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. So, and also the Panchatattva. Okay. So let's start. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Darati Swa Parantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarjadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijara Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha. Now Srila Prabhupada mantra. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Now Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's mantra. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabana Vidividaitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnanadaine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Rinatarine Rupanuga Virda Pasidanta Dvanta Harine. Now we're going to chant Srila Gaurakishore Das Babaji. Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambu Jayate Namaha Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidanandana Mine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Srila Jagannath Das Babaji. Gaura Virbhava Bhume Stamni Dasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannathayate Namaha. And to all Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavebhayo Namo Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desire trees who can fulfill all desire of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned soul. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurati Nama Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव शरि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती जयपताक स्वामी इति नामिने नामाचार्य पादाय निताय कृपा प्रदायिने गौर कद दामदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणे. हरि ओम तत्सत्. हरे कृष्णा. Okay, Sheila Mataji. Oh, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. So, okay, so we're going to continue our discussion on today's this thing. So before we start, is there anything that any reflection that you like to share for the past 2 days, your chanting or anything? Any reflection? Am I audible? Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu, you're audible, Prabhu.
Yes. Anything you like to share, Mataji?
I think the other day, Friday, I already shared, and you corrected me on my chanting the day. And yes, it's the chanting is improvised. I can see, I can feel it. I can feel my chanting as it's sweeter when I'm chanting, and I'm enjoying it. But yes, I'm enjoying it better now.
Did you go for this Ram Navami in Tudu?
Yes, Prabhu. Yesterday evening.
Yes. Okay.
Morning,
So when you were there,
evening we went for the celebration. Yes.
yes, when you went there during the kirtan, did you felt any difference when you sing kirtan?
Yes. I was actually enjoying the kirtan. Usually I used to enjoy it, but yesterday the feeling was different. Yes,
Yeah.
it was different. It was more joyful, and it was like coming from deep down my heart. Yes,
Yes.
it was more
And
joyful.
and you know when you sing, you know Hare Krishna, no the word that was manifesting, right? That means you're concentrating in your in kirtan. That means in singing that name. Yes or not?
Yes, that's very true.
So that means you are paying more attention, and it makes you also to see that the form of Radha Krishna Kanaya was like even more beautiful.
Yeah,
You also have that Nitai Goranga, right? And also I think you got Jagannath there also, right?
Jagannath is also there.
Yeah. So the deity is more pleasing, you feel like a kind of different feeling. Yes or not?
Yeah. You can feel their presence there.
Yes.
You can feel the presence there.
Ah.
It's like looking at the deity and yes, praying to the deities. But now it's more like feeling. You can feel the presence there, and then the chanting is sweeter. And as you said, better concentration. Yes, it's true.
Yes, better. Like
Yes,
last time, we just clap Hare Krishna, we look here, look right, and look at the way they play Mridanga, look at the way they play Kartal, we'll be looking at
yes,
them, just like a random singing. Yes or not?
yes, that's true. And
Now,
when they're done, I used to turn around and look at the males when they're dancing. It's very nice to watch them dance. But now it's
yes.
like yes, it's true. Even yesterday morning when I went for the Mangala Arati, so it was so focused. It's very nice. Yeah.
That's the word, focus, focus. So the focus starts when we focus in the holy name. When we focus pronunciation, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we start to focus, it looks like you cannot put down your beads. It looks like when you go for kirtan, you're paying more attention. So you're paying more attention and these things. So it's fantastic. So the only thing in chanting is we need to focus.
Right.
When we just focus in chanting, everything is automatically will happen.
Yeah, it's true,
So
Prabhu.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And now, if it's possible, try to do your breath control.
Yeah.
Uh,
I tried, I was trying the past few days, but the maximum I can hold is for about 6 rounds. That's the
6 rounds.
maximum. That's the maximum I can hold. I mean, sorry, six times, not 6 rounds, sorry.
If you're 6 rounds, you can hold your breath, means you're a yogi. So now you feel you breathe better, right?
Yes, of course.
Breathing.
Yeah, I can hold it for 6 times. Yeah. So slowly, I think as I keep
So
practicing.
if 6 rounds, that means in one round, how many times you breathe? In one round, say like just
1 away
100
divided by 6 will
divided by
be 1.
18. You only breathe 18 times in one round. You breathe only 18 times in one round. So when you start to breathe 18 times in one round, and slowly you breathe 15 times, then you breathe, eventually, when you do that, your lungs will start to open up, and the more oxygen will be like absorbed in your body. So it's a kind of breath control. Breath control, pranayama is very important. So when you start to control your breath, then after that, you put your finger in front and just try to see whether there's wind coming out or not, whether you're blowing out. So first, maybe you blow out, Krishna, Hare Krishna, the thing you feel. But as you go on chanting, you don't feel the wind in your finger. That means you're not blowing out. So that means every breath you are chanting the holy name. So the breathing out, it is only the holy names. So when you start to do that, you know what will happen? Somehow or other your breathing will go into rhythm. When you breathe out, your Hare Krishna mantra will come out. When you breathe in, then you breathe out, Hare Krishna mantra will come out. Like that, you'll be more absorbed in your chanting. And of course, all varieties of disease will just simply fly away from your body.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Prabhu.
Try and see. Because even if you can do that, even if you are in a situation, say like if you go for a medical checkup and things are very noisy, and say that you are in an environment where there's a TV in front of you, or you're in an environment, everything's very noisy, but you can just absorb into the chanting, just like how the tortoise just pull the limbs inside. Even the surrounding get very noisy. Like say like example, you go to Taipusam, and while you're going, you are chanting, example, and you see people are playing the drum, very loud, and people are dancing, they're enjoying, but still your mind could just go to that concentration. Even how noisy your environment is, you can absorb in yourself and you can concentrate in the mantra. So saying the word correctly. Number 2, breath control. Just by saying it correctly itself, you start to have a lot of ecstasy, right? And imagine if you can do breath control for fantastic. Now you're already 6. You're chanting 6. So while you're chanting, you try to hold it. That means take a deep breath. While you're going, your beats is going on. You do okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you breathe out. Then slowly you can do 9. Then you breathe out. Then like that. So like for instance, I start to do until I can do 15. I mean, I can entire this thing 15 in one breath. So like that. So ever since I start doing that, because I'm asthmatic patient, and I hardly get asthma attack, and I just hardly I use that nebulizer. I mean, what they call that puff and all these things.
Okay.
Slowly until you can do 15, then you can come to 20, and you can come to 30, and who knows, you can chant entire 108 in one breath.
Wow.
I have seen
Okay.
it. The person who doing it because the person who taught me this, he did that. I say, how can that be? He said, yes, I can do. Come, let's do it. Then before I could finish my wonder, I breathed so many times. But he just took a deep breath, hold it, and he just started it. And he didn't like mumble inside the heart, like that. He said it out. Like he whispered. And all the words that he said was perfect. And then I was counting. He could do almost, when I counted, it was almost 108, and including that Sri Krishna Chaitanya, he did in one breath. So that means if you go 16 rounds, you're going to breathe 16 times. So the lesser you control your breath, according to that yoga sastra, what is it, Patanjali yoga, they say that we are all given enough breath. We are all given enough breath. That means in your lifetime, you only breathe this time. That means you got a quota for breath. After the quota is over, you finish, you're gone. So what happens if you can control your breath, you control your breathing out, you prolong your life. First thing. Secondly, that's why they say those who are angry, those who are like don't do frivolous sports, they do jogging, they do gym, they do all kind of, they breathe a lot. That means you're losing your breath. So that means you see this person, they are reducing the quota of the breath. Only in yoga, Patanjali yoga system is the one who telling you, that means when you do that Surya Namaskar, early in the morning you do that yoga Surya Namaskar. What do? You just hold your breath and you do the exercise. 1, 2, 3, while you're holding the breath and slowly, like Tai Chi. When people do Tai Chi, they live long life. They do slowly. They'll just take a deep breath. Slowly they do. Frivolous exercises actually is not good for our body. So that means this. And secondly, when people get angry, you also lose their breath. So anger and all these things are actually no good for our body. All right. So okay. So in that, with that, this thing. Thank you so much for sharing, Mataji. You inspired everyone, including me. You inspired me. Prisha, welcome. Hare Krishna. Okay, let's continue our discussion today. So yesterday the question may arise. Okay. So yesterday we stopped here, right? Okay. Okay. So we spoke about the offenses, and especially we are in the title of which offense? We are talking about the 5th chapter, or the worshipping demigod as independent as Krishna. Okay, that is the offense, the second offense. Okay, so here we start to understand. Other people claim that Vishnu is all pervading throughout the universe and present in demigod as well. So people think Vishnu is everywhere, including demigod. So no harm worshipping demigod. So now what we understand from this so far is, so we understand about the 60 qualities, 64 qualities. Human being got 50 qualities. Okay, human being got 50 qualities, and that also at a minimum standard. The devas, the demigods, they also have the same 50 qualities, but on an accelerated this thing. All right. Say like for instance, I and the king are two different. We are just both a human being. Okay, myself and the Agung of Malaysia is same. There's no difference. He also human being, I also human being. If he got a B positive blood, maybe he can take my blood also. All right, we can share blood, everything we are same. But on opulent part is very much advanced. Okay, I have a little and he has in abundance. So the same thing is human and the devas are same, but we have in mind, you just have everything is up to a certain limit, but for them they have unlimited. They have a very higher limit. All right. And Lord Shiva got extra 5, so 55. He has 55 in full opulence, in full. Okay, even devas also have a degree, but Lord Shiva have everything in more complete, right? So, but see, and after that we also understand that the plenary portion means that when Krishna accepts incarnation, that means when he comes in the form of Ramachandra, when he comes in the form of Narsingadev, when he comes in the form of Hayagriva and all these what they call Pradyumna, then all varieties of incarnation like Venkateshwara and all these things, they have 60 in full, complete. They have 60 in complete. Okay. But Krishna, the Supreme Personality, he has extra 4. All right, that is the thing. By playing the flute, he attracts everybody. He has more opulence. That means he got 64 in full, complete, what they call, this thing, right? Opulence. Okay, so we understand that. That's why we say that how can you take Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu, which is they have supreme opulence, and make into the devas and say they all are equal. That means, in other words, when I can go to that assembly of that, when the kings gather, Majlis Raja, when they all used to go and gather and they're having a meeting, and I go in and say, hey, you all king and sultan, we are all equal. What will happen? They won't throw you out. They throw you somewhere else, But thank God now, no, I don't have ISA, no, don't have ISA. So because no ISA, we are okay. But we'll be put under SOSMA or something like that. I mean, thrown inside the prison until the king pardon you. Or maybe they ask you to go for a psychiatric review, you're psycho, to go to the king and tell you and I are equal. So like that. So it's very, very offensive to think that they are all same. Okay. So now we continue our today's discussion. The question may arise why one should follow the Varnashram system. Now, why one should follow Varnashram system at all? The answer is that everyone who has taken human birth must follow this. Simple. Varna ashram means the Varna, the four Varna means what they call Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi. All right, that's on a spiritual side. And on a social side is there's a social order. Then Varna means we are talking about Shudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya, and Brahmana. All right, that's what it's saying. Okay, so anybody who have taken human form must follow this system. By this scientific arrangement, that means this is scientific arrangement of society, the general masses of people can attain to their full capacity according to the individual nature and gradually attain devotion to Krishna. And imagine if every one of us are equal. If every one of us are equal, it's going to be a terrible imbalance in the society. If everybody's a Brahmana, that means they don't have someone to serve them. They cannot get vegetables. The Vaishyas have to produce vegetable. And to protect them, the Kshatriyas is there to protect. So there's no such thing. All right. So it's naturally divided. Naturally. So this is a natural tendency. So in this natural tendency, it's created. So it is not something the Vedic system has created discrimination. When people are in Smarta, right, they start to say that, the caste system, right? The caste system and everything. Oh, we are divided and we are what they call, we are manipulated. Yes, the modern system has manipulated it. And yesterday I was listening to this talk on Jaiva Dharma. I think there's another book that we should really should consider. All right, Jaiva Dharma is a conversation between a devotee and a sannyasi and also a grahastha. I mean, a guru and disciple. It is just like in modern terms, there's a book called Perfect Question, Perfect Answer, like Prabhupada, like that. It's a conversation. All right. So in that conversation, Vaishnava Das and versus this Sudamani. Sudamani is a Smarta Brahmana. All right. Smarta Brahmana, Vaishnava. But Vaishnava Das, he is a what they call a pure Gaudiya Vaishnava. So the argument is, how can you take Yavana and make them a Vaishnava? Yavana means what? The Muslims. How can a Muslims can become a Vaishnava? They are supposed to be outcast. They are untouchable. Associating with them. So that's the argument. And that one place, Sudamani will be telling, the Smarta is like a debate. So Sudamani's side, he will be telling, how can you call Yavana Vaishnavas this thing? And Vaishnava Das will say, stop. You cannot call Vaishnava as Yavana. When a person is already become a Vaishnava, it's no longer Yavana. So it's a beautiful conversation. Maybe if at all, if you think that is conducive, we should also read that Jaiva Dharma, the Dharma of a Jiva. Okay, Jaiva Dharma. I also have a PDF copy. I also have got a PDF and I also have got a book here. So Jaiva Dharma, and that Jaiva Dharma, I think we should consider maybe after this session, we can go to this, nectar of devotion, right? After this is supposed to be Shiksha Mrita. Then we also can consider Jaiva Dharma, nectar of devotion. Then later we can go into Srimad Bhagavatam. I know many people are so waiting for the highlight of our marathon, Srimad Bhagavatam. But this Jaiva Dharma and all these things are amazing. Anyway, we will see as we go on. So like that. So this is the division is divided naturally, divided naturally. So first is divided by caste, all right? That was okay by the division, all right? Just like division, but doesn't matter. They can be born in the family of Shudra. They can be born in the family of Brahmana, Vaishnava, Brahmana, Kshatriya, or whatever. Also, they can still born in the in the body of outcast, right? The untouchables. But doesn't matter, you know. But when they born in that family, they follow their prescribed duty. Okay, what is their prescribed duty accordingly? Brahmana is to teach, all right? Kshatriya is to protect. Vaishya is to create economy, all right? To bring, produce food and pay tax and all these things. So for the nourishment of the country. And Shudra is the one that engage in serving all these four people, all right? They are the servants, all right? Servants. So they have to serve. Because if there's no servant, all these other three people cannot function, okay? Then another thing is called outcast. Outcast means the one outside of the caste system. Then these outcast people are considered like they are the one who do this abominable, like extremely dirty job, extremely dirty job. So extremely like clearing the sewerage system, paving the road and all this kind of thing, which is not everybody can do that, and that is also created because that is their nature, right? So everyone is doing accordingly. So in that book, Jaiva Dharma, the conversation, Vaishnava Das will be saying, previously the system was not there. Previously in the Vedas, there's no discrimination. Everybody just performed the duty according to their nature. But now as Kali Yuga comes in, everybody became tainted and there is a division and people become like creating, oh, I'm the superior, I'm the inferior, because there's a human nature to lord over the distinct. That's the reason that we fell from spiritual world. We fell from the spiritual world because we want to be Ishvara. And we want to be Ishvara, and secondly is what? Purusha. We want to be the Lord. We want to be the controller. We want to be the leader. And at the same time, we also want to be the enjoyer. So Krishna created an entire world. He says, go and enjoy yourself. But the problem when we came here, we're supposed to finish up and go back, but we became entangled. And after that, we fell down and we passed through millions of birth and death. In every living entity, you see, there is a kind of leadership is there. Even the packs of wolf, the packs of what they call a lion, even the school of dogs. If you see all these things, there will be one leader and others are followers. And in that one leader, there'll be another sub-leader. That means his secretary. There's a first dog will be running in front. There's another dog run at the back, or run one or two dogs to show that I am your bodyguard. And all the other dogs will follow that. So there is still a hierarchy system, even in animal kingdom, right? Even in animal kingdom. Even when you look at this lording, lord over the material nature and to enjoy, it even appears even in the cells, right? That is how when the cell get mutated, the cell will try to go and conquer other good cells, there'll be a conquering, there'll be a war, there'll be a conquering, all these things happen. So when the cells start to conquer all other good cells and they start to kill them and everything, that's when the thing become cancer. The people dies, all the good cells dies, and eventually the whole body dies, right? So the mutation of the cell and the viruses, all these kind of things are all because of that. All want to have the supremacy. So this kind of thought is in every living entity. But now as Kali Yuga comes in, when people are becoming so crazy that people want to become the Lord, they want to be the controller. And that's when they start to create this Varnashram system. And that's when the discrimination started. All right. These are the outcasts. So they don't deserve anything. But here, what Bhakti Vinod Thakur is mentioning here, Haridas Thakur is also mentioning here, very simple. It's a scientific arrangement. By general masses of people can attain to their full capacity. If he's what they call, if he's a carpenter, he'll become the first class carpenter. That means, but all the carpentry work he do, and whatever income he get, whatever income that according to his capacity he gets, he start to engage in Krishna, devotional service, right? See, like for instance, the person who fetch the water, okay, a coolie who brings the water, he gets some little payment and he takes the payment, and also he still engage in Krishna. So like that, according to their capacity, they work their duty and they make some money and they start to engage themselves in Krishna, right? So that's a system which is natural system was created. All right. According and gradually attain devotion to Krishna. Okay, because those days, if you see, whatever income they get, they don't use it for themselves. They never use for themselves. You know, they never use for themselves. So what happened? They will use it, utilize for Krishna. So how they do, even when you look at all that, other people will be like engaging in temple service and everything, but a pure devotee of the Lord, like Vaishnava, like what they call, like the Brahmanas, or like what they call the sannyasis. They are above that Brahmanical. They are above that. They are into transcendental mode. So they renounce the whole world. So once they come up renouncing the whole world, they go to every town and village. They'll be going and begging for alms, begging for money or grain or something like that. So when they walk around, they don't discriminate whether they're going to the place, the village of the outcast, or whether they are going to the Brahmana or the king or whatever. They see everyone equally. The Uttama Adhikari. Okay, I hope you remember that. There's 3 Adhikari. One is Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. We have discussed that very clearly, I think, last Thursday. So when these Vaishnavas, when they go out, when they go for alms, but those days they don't have, there's no such thing money, grains, So they go to this kind of place, even to the place of Chandalas, the place of Malichas, Yavanas. They go there when they see, oh, there's a sadhu is coming, and they give the sadhu according to their capacity. Maybe one handful of grains. When they take one handful of grains and give to the sadhu, they are performing their devotional service. You understand? So when you start to this thing, and they sadhu will go and cook and offer it to Krishna and then honor the prasadam. So that means you are doing charity for Krishna, you are doing charity to the sadhu, and your grains he cooked and offering to Krishna, you're performing devotional service. Maybe as a Chandala, you don't have the capacity, and you don't have the cleanliness, or you don't have the intelligence to do that. You don't have the intelligence in how to do offering. I don't know how to do, because I'm a Chandala, okay, outcast. But now when they start to perform this kind of charity, so that's why the sadhu will, that's why begging is actually a very exalted service. And who could do it? The one who can renounce the world only can do that. Not other people can become a beggar. It's not easy to beg, right? You must have totally zero false ego. When you want to go and beg from someone, you have to be extremely humble. And the fellow just kind of throw things at you. You just accept it and just walk out, right? But of course, in Kali Yuga, you can see all that, all those people, homeless people, everybody become a beggar, right? So that's why in Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, even you want to do charity, you have to do charity in the mode of goodness. You have to give at a proper place, proper time, and to the qualified person, right? At the same time, when you see, oh, there's one poor fellow on the roadside, the fellow come and ask for money. You give him the money and you go and take some chicken chop or go and buy some KFC, you have to hold that karma. Or you give the money and the fellow go and start to drink alcohol, you have to take the karma. At the same time, you give to the sadhu, and the sadhu takes it and cook, buy a grain, or you take the thing and cook for Krishna. Whatever benefit that's going to get from doing that devotional service, you also will get your part, bhakti. All right, the thing will also come to you. So that is how glorious is this thing. All right. So all will get their merit according to their this thing. So by doing that gradually, and while they can be even in the Chandala community, see when there is a pure devotee appears, all right, pure devotee appears. So when a pure devotee appears in that family, and he break away from that culture of Chandala or this whatever low caste outcast, they come out from that and start to look for this thing, and after then he go and approach a guru, whatever it is, the guru will have to accept it and this thing. And after that, when he becomes a Vaishnava, he is worshipable. So like that, he can break out from their tradition and can become even a pure devotee. What is a good example? They say, oh, now is a sentiment of Gaudiya Vaishnava. This Bengali Vaishnava standard, they don't want to see all this. I cannot accept. But you must remember, this is such a glorious history happening even in Sri Vaishnava, in Tamil Nadu. If you think that as a Tamilan, you still want to be like caste conscious, let me tell you from Tamil Nadu, that's one story. Among all the Alvars, I believe you all understand who's Alvar. Alvar is a confidential associate of Krishna, Lord Narayana. Tirumange Alvar, all the Alvars, right? They sing this Pasuram. What is Pasuram? The Tamil version of the Vedas. The Tamil version, the glorification, the song that glorifies the Lord, Pasuran. So one of that Alvar. So there are many types of Alvar. A bandit became Alvar. Bandit means the thief. The thief became an Alvar. Then like that, there's so many Alvar story. And one of that glorious Alvar was Tirupana Alvar. Okay, Tirupana. Tirupana Alvar. Tirupana. Why Tirupana? Because he from Pana Jadi. Pana. Sana Panandrangana is Pana. He's from that Pana. Pana means outcast, right? So his name is Tirupana Alvar. So one day he was immersed in glorifying the Lord. He was immersed in glorifying Ranganatha Swami in Trichy. Sri Ranganath. So he was worshipping Ranganath, and because since he's a Pana Jadi, Tirupana, Pana Jadi, he couldn't enter the temple. So from far, near the Kaveri, he was looking at the temple and he started to glorify. He started to take the veena and start to play Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He was singing the song glorifying Lord Ranganatha until he became so absorbed in that. Then that time there was a ritual Abhishek supposed to do for Sri Ranganath. And all the priests with all that big vessel, the golden vessel, everything, they came. They came to what they call, want to take the water from Kaveri to do Abhishek for Lord Ranganath. So when they came, this Tirupana Alvar was exactly, he's blocking their way. There's a way. He was standing there, he went into absorb, he forgot the whole world. And this Brahmana say, hey, Abhistu, go, choo. But he couldn't, he was like totally out of the world. He went into prema. He went into bhava, he went into prema. Until they couldn't like shoo him away. They took a rock and throw at him. They took a stone and throw at him. Not rock, stone. So he throw the stone at him. And the stone hit his head and start to bleed. Then suddenly he woke up. Oh, sorry. Oh, you're coming. I'm so sorry. Then he just went to the side. Then they all went, took the water and went back. When they went back to the Lord, when they see the Lord Ranganath sleeping, when he saw the Lord Ranganath was lying, and they got a shock because there's a blood oozing from Ranganath Swami's head. The blood oozing. And when he saw that, he got so shocked and he fainted. Why? There's a blood coming from Ranganath, the deity's head. Then found. And Ranganath Swami went and said, how dare you to offend my devotee? So Tirupana Alvar is there. Go and bring him to me. Right? Bring him to me. Then after that he said, and make sure you are bringing him on a palanquin. And the palanquin has to be carried by the 4 Brahmanas. They just got up. And they were like, see, what happened? Swami, are you okay? My God, we did a great offense. So what offense? We just assaulted a pure devotee. Pure devotee is a Panajadi fella. No. Ranganath came to my dream and said, take him and bring him on a palanquin into the temple. All right. Then they all went him. They all, as big group, went back to him. And he said, hey, Swami, I'm so sorry, I'll go away. No. He said, come. When a group of people are coming to him, Tirupana Alvar got worried. He said, he got scared. He said, I'm sorry. Please, let me go. He said, no. Then the Brahmana says, no, Swami, please, we want to seek forgiveness from you. Please forgive us. He said, oh, why? Ranganath Swami just came to the tree, made a biggest offense, and everybody offered dandavat to him. Everybody offered dandavat to him. And after this, then he got a shock. He said, is it a kind of joke? I'm untouchable. How can... No. We have to take it. I cannot come to the temple. I'm untouchable. They say, no, Swami, you have to come to the temple. And they say, please sit in the palanquin. What? In a palanquin? Yes. And all hey, what are you doing? He said, no, you sit. And all the 4 Brahmanas take him and brought him straight into the Ranganath temple. And he went there. Out of 4,000 Divya Prabandham, Pasuram, or the 4,000 collections, all the hymns, he sang the most glorious 10 hymns. The most glorious 10 Pasuram. The song described from the beauty of the lotus feet up to the face of the Lord. So that's the thing that we all should understand. When we see a deity, we don't straightly see, look at the face. We look from the lotus feet, look at the feet, and from the up you go up. So like that, he started to sing from there. And after that, he went into great ecstasy. Zoom, he went into the deities and merged into the deity. and he is glorified as Tirupana Alvar. So that's the thing. So that is the thing. So the division is scientifically arranged so that mass general people, and out of the people who break away from such a thing, we distinct. But nowadays in Kali Yuga, it basically everybody is untouchable. Everybody is untouchable. Everybody is easy, because you know why? Because what Bhakti Vinod Thakur have said, mentioned in Bhakti Aloka, the two qualification to qualify a person, whether is a touchable or untouchable. Caste, inside the caste or outcast. The outcast people is the one who consumes alcohol, the one who drinks alcohol. Number two, the one who eats meat. These two people are considered the outcast. So we understand from that. And doesn't matter, they can be even born in a Brahmana family, a Kshatriya family, Vaishya family. But if they still have this habit of eating meat, and it is supposed to be classified as, but if a person from any outcast by the social system, but he becomes a pure devotee, he is worshipable. All right. So that's the thing. So that's why it's been scientifically arranged so that people can attain to their full capacity. So when you really look at the Varna Ashram system, it is a perfect system. And there's no discrimination. All right. So those outside the Varna Ashram, all right, now it's mentioned, those outside the Varna Ashram, those who are not inside the system, outside the system, should be made to give up all bad habits and begin practicing as Shudras. All right. So that means those people are coming from that outcast, not in the system. First thing, what they need to do, they need to give up their bad habits. And after that, after they give up the bad habits, all this, no meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling. So these kind of things they give up. Then they come in and they start to practice devotional service, starting as a Shudra. Shudras means what? Shudras means servant. So first we have to have the servant attitude. So we have to be the servant attitude. So we must be able to come out and serve, right? So give out back and begin practicing as Shudras. See how beautifully described. And this must be the part of civilized society to carry on life. Okay? The worship of Krishna is an essential part of Varnashram system. Essential part of Varnashram system. All right? Even those who don't worship Krishna, we also should understand they are also not part of the system. If the four Varnas carry out life according to the rules of their particular caste, but do not worship Krishna, then they simply go to hell. Can you imagine? Haridas Thakur is mentioning they simply will go to hell. So that means we see that those people who are devoid of Krishna Bhakti or Vishnu Bhakti, they simply go to hell. So it's very scary. Particularly, the Grahastha must follow the rules of Varna and performing his worldly activities, raising family, relating to the society. All right. Now, this is another important. But particularly the Grahastha, the married man must, must perform his worldly activities. He perform his worldly activities and raise his family and relating with the rest of the society. That means raise the family with the society. That means, like, sir, I'm a married man, I got a children. Now my children are going to school, going to college. I'm bringing them up like an ordinary society, like relating to the rest of the society. But at the same time, so according to your means, he must worship Krishna. And he must respect and follow the rules as long as he has not come to the platform where there's hampers his progress in worshiping Krishna. So that means we have to follow the rules, as long as it doesn't disturb your progress in worshiping Krishna. What is Varnas? Okay, Varna means Varna and Ashram. Varna means like what they call Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Okay, Prisha, this is called Varna. Ashrama means Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. All right. So Varna means it's a social order. You are falling in which order? So we must find out. All right. You got it, Prisha? All right. Good. Now, okay. Now, so this is the thing. So as long as you don't come to the platform where the rules hamper his progress in worshiping Krishna, as long as you come to the platform that nothing stop her from worshiping Krishna. So that's why sometimes we say, when we do something job, we do according to our means. Right? What is enough? Right? We must have that thing to say enough. I can maintain my family. I can pay my mortgage. I can pay my bills. I can have enough food for 30 days. I can have whatever life. That's enough. Oh, I like to make more money, so I want to buy more gold for my children's future. I want to do this for the future. When we start to have these kind of things, you start to over endeavor. So that means after your 8 to 5 job, then you come out and you start to do some MLM business, you start to do some insurance business, and you're wasting your life. That means from there until midnight. So you're working, running around. That means you just go to sleep. All right, you sleep for 5-6 hours, and that you're all the full awakened time, you are engaging in accumulating wealth. So that hampers. So that's why we say keep your job according to 8 to 5 or whatever job you're involved. You know, example, if you're a person that involved in full time doing MLM or what they call or insurance. So basically your business is at night. So since your business at night, during the daytime, engage yourself in Krishna service. Dedicate yourself at least 2 hours a day. Okay, so that's why now we are telling we can be very busy with our life. You know, sometimes it's so pitiful situation. People come back home, they are dead tired. The employer will simply suck all their energy out. After get sucked all the energy out, we come back, we are dead tired. We have no time for doing all these kind of things. That's why what Prabhupada and everyone suggests, dedicate 2 hours of your life. 2 hours. So 2 hours of your life, utilize it for chanting Hare Krishna mantra and do it very attentively. And you know that a time that you awake until you go to bed, you're very busy. So you wake up early in the morning. Okay, you wake up early, say like 4 o'clock, Brahma Muhurta. You wake up 4 o'clock. Oh, I don't know how to do this puja, all not necessary. Take your bath, immediately start to chant. If you don't want to take your bath, also can. If you don't even want to brush your teeth, also can. You can chant Hare Krishna in any situation. So you just take up your beads and start to chant. Right? After that, take your bath, brush your teeth, take your breakfast, then go to work, go to that rat race, then come back home tired and everything. But that 2 hours a day that you're going to dedicate is going to be, it's like an insurance policy. Right? Say like, for instance, you're covering for $1 million policy, but you're paying annually maybe 3,000 or 5,000. That means say 600 a month. You pay 600 a month or you pay 5,000. But if anything happens to you, you get 1 million, huge sum of money. So similarly, like that, you're just paying your premium, your insurance premium. Similarly, you're paying your insurance premium to save you from the repeated birth and death, right? It is simply chant Hare Krishna 2 hours a day, all right? So 2 hours a day and this thing, okay? So when you're going to dedicate 2 hours a day, just that 2 hours a day, right, is going to save you from the greatest type of danger. It's just like paying an insurance premium, all right? And this saving you from repeated birth and death, or saving you from falling into abominable species like animal kingdom, it is the biggest premium. So dedicate yourself, right? So like that. So this is the platform technically known as Bhava. All right, this is the platform. So that means it does not hamper, that means still is Bhava. Bhava means spontaneous, ecstasy. All right. So that means you are so excited in service of Krishna. In that state, Jiva develops sadhana bhakti. So once your commitment is there, then you start to create sadhana bhakti. Okay, sadhana. Sadhana means performance, activity, right? In which the inspiration from devotional activity comes directly from the taste experienced by the pure Jiva, right? So the pure devotee, how the thing is performed devotion comes from directly from the taste experienced by the pure Jiva. That means when you start to chant, you start to have the taste, it start to manifest in you. The goal will eventually, this is a very exciting statement, right? The statement says that the goal will eventually be achieved by a Grasta Vaishnava who accept Vishnu as supreme. So that means before you could do that, before you could perform all that, but if your goal of achieving Bhava and Prema can be achieved, right? Can be achieved by Grasta Vaishnava who accepts Vishnu as supreme. As long as we can accept that, eventually you will get it. All right. Now, there is another offense derived from not accepting Vishnu as supreme. There's another offense that derives. That means you get it by not accepting Vishnu as the supreme, or one without second, or Advaya Tattva. Right? That means one without second. That means he's a complete whole. All right, there's another offense if you don't accept that. That means being Advaita Tattva, Advaya Tattva. All right, Vishnu in his inconceivable energy possess inherently name, form, and qualities which cannot be considered separate from him. Right? We cannot consider this name, form, and everything separate from him. So to consider the name, now to consider the name as different from the Lord is considered another Lord, is considered the Lord, okay, as different from the name, as when we start to consider the name, form, paraphernalia, Leela, pastimes, all as different from the Lord, is to consider the Lord that the name and on material level. That means when we start to consider them on a material level, is another offense. Okay, this concept of duality is offensive. All right, this concept of duality. What is duality? In this world is a world of duality, yin and yang. Chinese call yin and yang, right? Black and white, good and bad, hot and cold. There's two things. So we cannot have the concept of duality when it comes to Krishna, because Krishna is singular. He is supremely opulent. He is supremely beautiful. He's all his paraphernalia, name, Leela, everything is pleasing, and Krishna himself. And there's no, it is not to say that Krishna and the person Krishna is different. There's no duality. All right. And to think there's a duality, that means Krishna is there, but his name and all this is all material. It is concept of duality, and this concept of duality is considered an offense. At the stage of Namabhas, one may hold this conception unconsciously. Okay, at the stage of Namabhas means, since we are learning, we are clearing all our offenses at a preliminary stage, it can, we unconsciously, okay, now I chant Hare Krishna. I say, you want to be happy? Chant Hare Krishna. Okay, I chant Hare Krishna. But I don't have that feeling. I don't have the understanding that Krishna and Krishna's name is same. In fact, after studying this, some of you have understood. Even I understood in more convincing matter that there's no duality, right? So, but before that, we may have that kind of thought. I mean, we don't even think about it. Unconsciously, we don't even think about it. That Krishna and his name is same. As long as you just simply vibrate the 16 words, you feel good. Like last time I used to say, you try to call Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, or Pepsi, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. Can you get happiness? No, nothing is there. Now you chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. There's something different, like yes, use that. Right? So that means when they start Hare Krishna, they think, oh, these 16 words, someone has to give some kind of happiness. Okay, it's Namabhas. Namabhas is offensive stage, but clearing. It's in a very, what they call, in a what they preliminary. All right, it's a childhood stage. Okay, from the lack of knowledge and faith, by the lack of knowledge. All right, but it is impossible to hold the conception of the stage of prema. At that stage, it's very hard. It's impossible. All right, to hold this conception at the stage of prema. Once you come to the level of prema, you can never hold. You can never think that Krishna and his name is like different. You understand what I mean? Say like just now, like Nandarani Mataji was, Nanda Mataji was telling, right? What she was telling? Now I chant with so much attention. Now I feel different. When I go to Kirtan, I can feel it. Now you can see Krishna. You can feel the form of Krishna is there. If she feels more reciprocation and chanting, giving her more sweetness. Now she's coming from Namabhas. This is what it meant. Now it's coming from the Namabhas stage and going towards, that means it's out of the Namabhas or getting out from the Namabhas. All right. Sometimes when we fall into the pond, we are coming out from the pond. All right. We are coming out from the pond. Even though we come out from the pond, still we are wet. The hair is wet. The dress is wet. Right. So to dry takes time. And to drying process, that means you're going towards a dry situation. But now you're wet. The process of getting yourself dried up, it is called Namabhas. That means you're clearing the offense. All right. I hope you all understand this. All right. So these anarthas can be removed by the mercy of bona fide guru. So when these anarthas can be removed only by the mercy of bona fide guru, not any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Right? Who will guide to particular in sadhana bhakti. Right? So he will guide you into this one particular sadhana bhakti. What kind of service? Okay, now you chant Hare Krishna. Chanting Hare Krishna is sadhana bhakti. So once you do that eventually you come to the Suddhanam. And that's when the pure name is revealed. Suddhana means pure name is revealed. So that means it is there, but there's a curtain in front of it. All right? So that's when the curtain will be open and he will be revealing himself to all of you, to you. So by material speculation, one can bring about this concept. That means by material speculation, one can bring about this concept of duality. in the Lord. So they can bring about duality. Krishna's name, sometimes when you look at the Lord, wow, the dress is so beautiful. Wow, the deity is dressed up so nicely, beautiful decoration, beautiful dress. The flowers arrangement are so beautiful. After the festival, you see the deities will be just in a normal dress. Example, you say, oh, why the altar is not so attractive? Huh? Oh, that means the thing is over. Right? That means it's just like another normal day. But they forget to identify that the deity is the supreme beauty. But the eyes still cannot accept, they cannot see that. They only see the surrounding. The dress of the deity is beautiful, the things around is beautiful. Right? So like that, with this, that's called duality. So in the Lord. And it can become a serious offense, which is difficult to remove. Okay? When? By material speculation. Okay, by material speculation. One can bring about this concept of duality. What is speculation? Something that don't exist, you think it exists. All right? Or you do not follow the rules. All right? Example, okay, when a person having a high fever, and say, never mind, okay, you take Panadol. Panadol can give you a relief from high fever. Right? So now I'm having a high fever. I swallow 2 Panadol. After 1-2 hours, still the fever is not down. I swallow another 2 Panadol. Then after that, after another 3-4 hours, still no, I swallow another this thing. That is not right. That's speculation. Right? But when we go and get the authority from the doctor, when you go and see the doctor is authorized because I've studied that. The authority, go to the authority, what the authority says, you only can swallow 2 Panadol every 6 hours minimum. You don't swallow anything in between. Right? Or you don't read the label of that drug. There's a label says, take 2 minimum 6 hourly. Don't take more than this within that period. All right? So that means when we speculate, we are asking for trouble. Similarly, when we start to speculate that this Krishna's name is this, or Krishna is different, this thing is different, everything is same, like that, it is become a serious offense, which is very difficult to remove. All right. Thus, in the case of the Mayavadis, holding the concept of is an aparat. So this is the concept of Mayavadi, and it's called as aparat. All right. So now it's 10:07. Shall we take a short break? Right. Just take a short break and think about it. We'll get back to you. Just 2-3 minutes. We'll meet again. Hare Krishna. All right. So this is the concept of Mayavadi. And this Mayavadi concept, that things that are speculating, that everything, these are all under speculation. That means without any authorized knowledge, right? So that can bring the conception of duality, right? It's very dangerous. And it becomes a serious offense, not an ordinary offense, but it becomes a serious offense, all right? That means from speculation. What speculation? Material speculation. That can bring the concept of duality, okay? And it's very difficult to remove, all right? So thus in the case, okay, and this is the concept is called an aparat. Aparat means serious offense, right? That's why sometimes we say, that's why we don't want to associate with Mayavadis. Better to stay away from them. So the Mayavadi claim that impersonal Brahman is the supreme truth. They claim that impersonal Brahman as the supreme truth, without variety, character, or energy, without the form or beauty, without change or activity, simply pure existence. So that's their concept. So that means they say that impersonal Brahman, okay, impersonal Brahman is, that means they don't have, it's not without, is the supreme, impersonal Brahman is the supreme truth, okay, but without varieties. He doesn't have variety. He doesn't have character. He doesn't have energy. And he don't have a beauty. He don't have a form. And there's without change or activity. And he simply exists. Okay, so it's offense. So for them, the name and the form of Vishnu are creation of Maya. So what they say, the names and the form of Vishnu is another creation of Maya, or the material energy of illusion. When a person can become, when the person can overcome illusion, when a person can overcome, then Vishnu simply merges in impersonal Brahman, right? Losing individual identity, right? That means when a person can overcome illusion, then Vishnu simply merges into the impersonal Brahman. That means Vishnu just go into the light and losing all identity. This is all simply bad logic based on atheism. So this is all based on atheism, bad logic. So to claim the supreme truth is to claim so without all inconceivable transcendental energy, or is unable to possess character, is madness. Okay, that means to claim that supreme truth is without inconceivable transcendental, without, it doesn't have inconceivable transcendental energy, or who is unable to possess character, it is simply madness. Okay, pagal, right? Simply madness. Okay, we have to be very careful. There may be some confusion of what to call the supreme truth, Brahman or Vishnu, but in either case, the highest civilization must be God with energies and personalities. The God must have energy, he must have personality. That is the Vedic conclusion, right? Even when you look at all the Abrahamic religion, also they say the same thing, right? That we are made in the form of the Lord. Okay, but of course they don't have any information how the Lord looks like. They don't have any information what is the activity of the Lord. Okay, but they still believe that we are all made from the form. That means there's form. God has a form, right? Okay, so actually Vishnu had both features himself. So actually, when you really look at it, Haridas Thakur is telling that Vishnu has both features. He has both features. That means Nirvishesha and Savishesha. That means without varieties and with varieties. He has both. Okay, this is possible by the inconceivable power. It's possible by inconceivable power. That means the power that cannot be understood of God, the supreme powerful. All opposites are assimilated without difficulty. By the inconceivable power of the Supreme One can exist with varieties, beauty, and also Leela. Okay. Of course, the Jiva, being naturally small in intelligence as a particle of God, right? Who? The Jiva, which is naturally of small intelligence as a particle of God, cannot fully understand the nature of the Lord, inconceivable power. In the attempt to establish the concept, that means in the attempt to establish the concept of the Supreme Truth by his own intelligence, limited intelligence, the Jiva takes shelter of material logic and accept the secondary feature of the Lord. Okay, or impersonal Brahman, right? So that means we have a very little intelligence. With our little intelligence, we try to understand this thing. So the Jiva will take to a material logic and accept the secondary feature. All right, the primary feature is the form, and the secondary feature is impersonal Brahman, right? Right, which is a state of unity and peace as the supreme, right? They take that place of state of unity and peace. That means there's no God, there's no form, everything is light. You got your light, I also got my light, everything. So it's a state of unity and peace, right? So they say, so by rejecting the lotus feet of Vishnu, who is worshipped by the higher beings or demigods, and by then being bound up by the state of Brahman, that means he cannot distinguish what is good and bad for his own welfare, right? So that means by rejecting the lotus feet of Vishnu, who is also worshipped by higher beings and also the devas, right? And then being bound in the state of Brahman. That means the person is still in the state of Brahman. He cannot distinguish, he cannot make a differentiate between good and bad, okay, which is for his own welfare. But a person who can understand the absolute truth can exist with form and variety in a pure transcendental state, can properly see that Vishnu, his name, qualities are all one and inseparable from him, right? We see that all the forms, name, qualities are inseparable, all same. This concept of Krishna with personality is actual knowledge. With this understanding, one can take to chanting the holy name, knowing that it is Krishna himself. That means we can come to the thing, we can understand that the holy name that we are chanting is none other than Krishna himself. Okay, it is none other than Krishna himself. Okay, then we chant the holy name, we know we are bringing Krishna. Krishna is actually dancing in your tongue, even in Namabas. Right? Even in the place that you're clearing your offenses, even in that stage, clearing or a little innocent offenses, still that as we understand that Krishna is, Krishna, the name that we are chanting, and Krishna himself, there's no difference. So we can take to that chanting. So now, thus one must avoid the offenses of thinking materially that Vishnu and his name, form, etc. are different. and of thinking that other living entities such as the demigods have existence, right? Have an existence separate from Vishnu. Okay, we have to always remember that, right? We should avoid thinking that Vishnu and his name are different. Number one. Number two, thinking that other living entities such as the Devas have existence separate from Vishnu is offense. All right. Okay. Now, to summarize, whoever is solely devoted to Krishna simply worship Krishna. That's it. Whoever is solely devoted to Krishna simply worship Krishna and then gives up all other worship. Okay. All other worship. They give up all other worship. All right. Now, there's a first point. Please underline all these statements. Second point, he does not criticize the demigods or the scripture. Right? He does not criticize the demigods or the scripture which support the worship of the demigods, but respects the demigod as the servant of Krishna. Remember that. We are not trying to create fanatics. All right? Sometimes when a devotee, when you first became a devotee, they become very fanatic. All right? Must remember, fanatism leads to lunatism. Those fanatics are lunatics, crazy, right? So we have to this. So what Bhakti Vinod, Haridas Thakur is saying, he does not criticize the demigods, all right? At the same, or the scripture, especially like when you look at Shiva Puran, or you look at any certain Puranas that says that Lord Shiva is the supreme, the method of worshipping Lord Ganesh, all that, there's a lot of Vedas are mentioned that, but they do not criticize that Vedas, that part of the Vedas. At the same time, they also don't criticize what they call the devas. Okay. Oh, I don't go to the temple. Like that. Criticism. Must be very careful. But we should respect the devas as the servant of Krishna. All right. If at all you pass by a Deva temple, pass by a Shiva temple, pass by a Ganesh temple, you just look and just offer your respect. All right. Oh, Lord Ganesh, a great Vaishnava of the devotee. Great Vaishnava Lord Shiva. He's the ministers in charge of removing obstacles. Like that. If at all you want to go there, you just go there and pray, my dear Lord, oh Deva, you're so fortunate that you are in the position that you serve Krishna directly. Only thing that I ask you, please give me the boon that I can worship Krishna with full honor. Example, Lord Sanishwara. Okay, I believe you all know who is Sanishwara. Everyone is afraid of Sanishwara, or in Tamil we call Saniyan, right? Sani. Everybody is quite worried. Oh my God, if Sanishwara come into your chart, finish. Everything goes haywire. Finish. Yelra Sani starting, Ashtama Sani 2.5 years starting, and they say, no, you go to Lord Shani and offer them Elam, offer that, what? Yelli and all these kind of things. But now there's one stuti that's sang by Lord Sanishwara. Lord Sanishwara sang Narashinga Stuti. Okay, Nrsimhan Stuti. He sang that the Stuti in glorifying Lord Nrsimhadev. And Lord Nrsimhadev becomes very pleased with him. And he says, oh Sani, I'm very pleased with your prayer. I'm very pleased with your prayer. Now ask me any boon. What do you want? Ask me any boon. What do you want? And Lord Sani says, well, my Lord, I do not want any boon. The only boon I want is to become your eternal servant. And Lord Nrsimhadev says, well, okay, I grant you that prayer. I grant you that boon. But let me give you one extra. Whoever sings this Nrsimha Stuti, the prayer that you just prayed, you just uttered, whoever prays that, they'll be released from Sada Sani, the 7.5 Sani. The ill effect of the Sada Sani, the 7.5 Sanishwara, the ill effect will be removed if anyone who sings this Stuti on Saturday. There's one example. Another example. This Ravana, he felt that all that Navagraha, all the 9 planets are creating disturbance for him. Creating disturbance. So what do he do? He capture all of them, capture all Sanishwara, capture this Ragu, Kedu. He capture all of these people and put in the prison. They tie the hand, both hands. They put them in a prison. Okay. When they imprisoned them. So when Hanuman went to Lanka to burn the entire, when Hanuman went to Lanka, this what they call this, they said, oh, just put a fire on his tail. Let the tail of the monkey be on fire. So what happened? Lanka, when there's a fire on his tail, he went and burned the entire Lanka and destroyed everything except Ravana. Because he said, I want to give pleasure to my master to kill you. If I want, I can kill you just in seconds, but I want to give that pleasure to my master. That's when Ravana will be very worried. Then what happened? So he went there and he go to that prison and he relieved all these Navagraha. He released them. When he released them, and all that the Devas will be very pleased with him, pleased with Hanuman. And he says, my dear Hanuman, ask any boon, we will grant you. Ask what you want, anything. And you know what Lord Ramachandra, Lord Hanuman says, my dear lords, please, my only boon, please make me remember Lord Ram in every moment. Please make me an eternal servant of Lord Ram. So that's the only boon he asked. So similarly, when we go to this Deva temple, we don't go and ask for anything, right? Don't go and ask for anything. But the only thing that you should ask is unalloyed devotion to Krishna. Please give me unalloyed devotion to Krishna, my Lord. And they'll be very pleased with you, right? Say like the Taipusam, there's thousands of people, pilgrims are coming there. But when you go there, when you start to pray like this, that Lord Muruga's attention will be definitely be on you. Right? He even overlook all that people are carrying, doing severe austerity penance. He'll be looking at you. He'll be very pleased with you. Right? So it's like that. Right? So I remember once in Batu Gajah, there's one Murugan temple, and they had a festival, and their festival is very big. Panguni Uttaram or something like that. At time we were doing this Padayatra festival, and I'm talking about this in 97, yeah, around 97, 98, around that time. So we all went to the temple because we want to do book distribution collection. And that's the time I distributed book to Maduramon Prabhu. Is Vivan there? Oh, Vivan is here. You know? Now our current secretary of ISKCON Ipoh bought the book from me at that place.
Here, bro. Harishna, bro. Sorry, late reply. Yes,
so Maduramon the book from me that time, I'm saying. Right?
Haribo.
So at that moment, and today is a devotee and he's a secretary, and he's chanting 64 rounds. Amazing. So anyway, what happened? Went to the temple. Then I was thinking, then I just went there, I prayed to Lord Muruga. I said, Muruga, I'm going to do this festival, Padayatra festival. All right. And I need money. Okay, I'm just looking at the Gopuram, I'm just looking outside. He said, I think it's Kumbhabhishekam or yeah, it says Panguni Uttaram. I just look at the Gopuram, that tower. I just said, oh Muruga, please, I need money to do this festival. How, if you don't mind, I hope that I can see 2 people to donate 100 ringgit each. Because that time 100 ringgit is very big money. I'm talking about 97, 90 is big money, right? I hope 2 people to give me 100 ringgit, Muruga. How nice, because I always love to drink big, think big, right? And I just prayed like that, and I just got down. Suddenly one man who was fully dressed in white, looked very opulent. He saw me, and I just gave him the leaflet. I said, we're going to do this Padayatra festival, for this. Oh, really? Yeah. He just from the pocket, he took out 100 and put into them. Wow. Then behind was his wife. She came. He said, why? What is the function, young man? Then he said, we're having a Padayatra. Okay. Then she just took 100 and put it. The spot, Lord Muruga grant my wishes. And of course, we did a fantastic Padayatra program in Ipoh. Right? So that's the thing. So pray to Devas for the service to the Lord. Some scripture may establish demigod as supreme. Some scriptures may establish the Devas as the supreme. To establish belief in different category of human being. That's only for the different category of people. In order, what is the reason? In order to raise them to the regulation of the point of coming to faith in Krishna and Bhakti. Okay. So like, for instance, sometimes it is created. So sometimes this kind of, the Puranas are written to establish, right, some kind of faith in God, right? So may establish the Devas Supreme to establish belief in different categories of human being. So because there's a 400,000 types of human being, right? We cannot go and talk about Bhava Bhakti, this Prema Bhakti to any ordinary people. So they have to evolve. So somehow or other they go through them, and by their mercy, you come into Krishna and Bhakti. A true Vaishnava will see the function of the demigods and their respective scripture in proper perspective. Okay? A proper Vaishnava, proper devotee will see them, the Devas, and the respective scripture in a proper perspective. So then, therefore, criticism of Krishna's servant, the demigods, is also an offense. All right? Okay, somehow or other you got a chance to become a devotee, but don't go around and criticize any other thing. Even to criticize a human being who chant Hare Krishna once is considered offense. Imagine you are criticizing the Devas. How could you? Right? So now, of course, we are going on a detailed studies on this subject. So we understand. Sometimes when you see the devotee, it was even a big problem before. All right? Until my spiritual masters, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami came. And until there was a time around early 90s, 92, 93, the time, there was a big problem until the Hindu Sangam start to come to that conclusion, all right, that Hare Krishna is a deviant of Hinduism. It's a deviant religion. So my spiritual master came and rectified the thing, all right? And that Hindu Sangam president that time even wrote an article in a newspaper. The Hare Krishna people are deviant. But when he came, you see, in some or other, what happened? At that time, then some miracle happened. Then after some time, he wrote that Hare Krishna is the true religion. The same Hindu Sangha, right? Because they start to understand we should respect the Devas, right? So like that. So you must be very careful. In fact, there's an instruction that when you go to the Deva temple, you fall through. I mean, see, when you go to Krishna, how you should fall obeisances, not straight to the Lord. You have to be on the left. You have to bow down to your right. Okay, the deity is here. The deity is here. That means I have to go to the see if the deity in front. I have to go to the left of his deity, and I have to pay obeisances like this straight. The deity is here, and I'm offering my obeisance like this straight. So from the left to right, right? Not straight. You should do from the left to right. But if you go to the Deva temple, what you should do? From the right to left. So you have to go to that side and see, like sometimes when you go to any temple, there's a place where it says male and female, on pin, right? So go to the pin side, go to the female side. From there, you obeisance this way. All right. So that's a proper way of respecting the deities, the devas. All right. So we have to be very careful. So we do not create any kind of criticism. So since it's obligatory for the householder to worship the demigod sometimes, according to his caste, right? According to the caste, it's obligatory, right? So like something like they say, like Kula Devam, right? Like we got a Kula Devam. Oh, you must pray to your Kula Devam, example, if they say. So, but he will worship the demigods or forefathers by offering them the remnants of the food of the Lord, remnants of their Lord. Okay, Lord Krishna. That means whatever things that we worship the devas, right? Say like for instance, to go Kula Devam. Okay, now is the time where all my clan will get together. Say now we do a Kula Devam practice prayers on say Vinayagar Sadurthi, Ganesh Sadurthi, right? So since my Kula Devam is Lord Vinayagar, right? So what we do on that day? So I will offer all the food to Krishna and take it as prasadam and offer to the devas or offer to Ganesh. So that is the way to do it. Even if you need to do offering to your forefathers, right? When the time, the Tithi comes, the death anniversary comes. So what do? You just simply offer, cook nicely, offer to Krishna with so much of love and affection, and take that Mahaprasadam and offer to your forefathers. Right? So that's the thing. So similarly, when the devotee sees the Murti of demigod, what happened? When the devotee sees the Murti of demigod, he will pay respect to the demigod. He will pay respect, seeing that demigod as a Vaishnava. Please underline this statement very clearly. Right? When happens, you see any of the devotees in your community, when they start to say something, you just humbly tell them, my dear Prabhu, my dear mother, please read chapter 5 of this nectar of Harinam Cintamani. Before you come to any kind of conclusion, kindly read chapter 5. Then. So sometimes when they are very senior, you are not in the position to advise them. Please tell, my dear Prabhu, my dear mother, if you don't mind, before you could say that, because I've read something else in that book, it says something else. Can you, if you don't mind, can you kindly read chapter 5 of Harinam Cintamani? Oh, please tell me what is in chapter 5. No, I remember reading it. All right, because this book you have to read it, keep reading it until you come to the Prema Bhakti. All right, this book, so like other Bhakti Loka, maybe you just can put aside, as we evolving. But this book is actually a small booklet, right? It's small booklet with around around 60, 70 pages. So you can read it, right? You can make it a habit and read and reread, read and reread. See, in chapter 5, in that this is that Haridas Thakur is telling that a devotee must see the murti of the demigods and pay all respect, because seeing them as a Vaishnava. But also he says that offending devas is also offensive. Okay, so if they can accept, then it's okay. No. Actually, it's not like that. Okay, please kindly read that book. Please go through the book and enlighten me. Just say pranam and just walk out. Okay, because no point arguing with others. Right? Because we are trying to save our bhakti. Unless they come and talk to you, you talk back. If they're going to give you a random class, or say in the class they're talking all this, just don't say anything. But if the person comes, say like, I come to you, right, Vivan, do you know worshipping demigod is wrong? You should not worship demigod. They are, then Vivan can say, Prabhu, please refer to chapter 5 of Harinam Cintamani. All right, it's mentioned there. What is mentioned? I have very less intelligent, Prabhu, but can you kindly read and please enlighten me? If the devotee is humble enough, oh, really? Okay. Maybe what you say is right. I'll read and come back to you. I say, what do you mean? No such thing. Oh, is it Prabhu? Prabhu, I'm such a fool. So sorry. Just walk out. Because these kind of people, we have to just offer them on mentally, just walk out. No point arguing with them. Because this kind of argument is not going to take you anywhere. So, however, if the devotee will not accept the prasad of remnants of an offering that Mayavadi has made to Vishnu, but still the devotee will not accept the prasadam remnant. They don't accept the prasadam that offered to, however, the devotee will not accept the prasada remnants of an offering that of a Mayavadi has made to Vishnu. Say a person who are Mayavadi, okay, he cooks something. And even if you offer to Vishnu, the devotees will not accept that, will not accept. Even the prasadam offered to Vishnu. But who do it? Mayavadi. Sometimes you go to the Adi Shankara Mat, or you go to this kind of place, they also worship, but because, and they say, oh, I got prasadam. Today is Ram Navami. You all celebrate Ram Navami. Come and take prasadam. Oh, Ram Navami prasadam, yeah, offer to the Lord Ram. Please come and accept. No, we don't accept. Because they don't accept the form of Ram. They find the form of Ram, it is illusion. They take the name of the Ram and everything's illusion. Because they say there's a light in them, it is the reality. So you don't accept food from them. Similarly, when you go to any Deva temple, you don't accept prasadam from them also. When you go to Pongal, Sundal, Pulisore and all these things, we don't accept. Why we don't accept? Is it that, are we trying to be very nasty? No, actually it's not. Because the prasadam that cooked is cooked by the Mayavadi. Because basically everybody is Mayavadi. All right, because you go to the temple, you talk about Allah, everything is same, everything is one. You must be very careful, right? But at the same time, a devotee doing Shivaratri, example. Okay, a devotee is calling upon, hey, I'm doing a Shivaratri in my house. Please come over. Oh, Vinayagar Chaturthi, Ganesh Chaturthi. I'm doing that with Ganesh Chaturthi. Please come to my house. I'm praying my Kuladevi, right? So you can go there because the devotee is cooking and offering to Krishna and offering to Lord Ganesh, and that food become even Maha Prasada. The same thing happened in Jagannath Puri. In Jagannath Puri, if you go, after offering to the Lord, okay, I think I remember I told you the story many times. After offering the prasadam to the Lord, after Jagannath, the food is straight away bring to Bimal Devi, bring to Mother Durga, okay, bring to her. The food will be offered to her first. After Jagannath, the prasadam will be offered to Mother Parvati. Then after that, then the prasadam will be offered to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva won't get it first. So offered to Mother Parvati, then offered to Lord Shiva, and that's when the food become Maha Prasadam. But at the same time, there's a mat in Jagannath Puri, Adi Shankara mat. They also do the same thing. They cook, they offer to Jagannath, they offer to this thing, but there's no difference. There's a big difference because The one that cooks in Jagannath temple are the devotee of the Lord, the personal servant of Jagannath. That food is sanctified. But the same preparation is made by Mayavadi, but through all the same process, we don't accept. Okay, but sometimes when you go to this the Mayavadi temple, I mean this thing, or we go to temple, they say, please take something. Please take. Don't go and tell them, no, I cannot eat this because it's not prashadam, it's not offered to Krishna, so I don't take this. Don't ever say that. You're only going to create some kind of uneasiness in that situation, right? Don't say that. Just say, oh, today I'm fasting. If you have fruits, do you have fruits? I take fruits, right? Because the fruit is always neutral, right? So when they offer you a fruit, just take the fruit and start to eat. That's it, simple. Right? Don't go and say, this is offered to demigod. So these are the things that happen, right? Because as you all going to associate with devotees, and these kind of things will happen, right? That once there's one guy asked, oh, you cannot eat the food that offered to Murugan, but you can go to the Chinese shop, the guy, and you can eat their vegetarian food. That is okay for you, is it? Who knows that fellow even take his bath or not? Who knows whether the fellow taken his bath? Who knows the fellow after went to toilet, did he actually bathe? Who knows that fellow is really a vegetarian to cook? Oh, that food is okay. But the food that offered to Deva, you say cannot eat. You are a hypocrite. Please don't get that kind of name. All right? We have to be very careful because we are in the society and we are cultivating others. So in the moment of cultivation, we don't create any kind of hatred and we don't create any kind of unnecessary argument. Can go to the Chinese shop, can eat. And now the Chinese vegetarian shop, they all believe that egg also vegetarian. There'll be a place that will be fried egg. Then this thing. So you have to ask, hey, mana taratalo, we should no egg. Oh, ini tuma taratalo. Oh, you take that. That is okay. They use the same wok to cook. That is okay. But you go to the Deva temple, you cannot take the pongal, you cannot take the pulisadam, you cannot take that sundal. All that you cannot take. What nonsense you're talking? Hypocrite. So we don't want all that. Now we understand. Since we are studying this book, Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Haridas Thakur is explaining very clearly. The reason that we don't take that, because it's prepared by a Mayavadi. Right? Prepared by Mayavadi means that means they are the great offender of Vishnu. All right? We don't offend. We don't offend Lord Muruga there in the shrine. We don't offend that Lord Muruga. We go there, we offer obeisance, Dandavat. Among all the Puranas, Skanda Purana is the biggest. Among all the Puranas, the biggest Purana is Skanda Purana. And Skanda Purana is a standard reference for our Gaudiya Vaishnava. We take a lot of reference from there. So how can Lord Muruga speak nonsense? He is a great Vaishnava. So we go there, oh Lord Muruga, such a great devotee. Tandeiki Vedam Sonna, you taught your father on the mystery of devotional service. Kindly give me that boon, my Lord. Please engage me in the service of the Lord. Pray to him nicely and offer your Dandavat. He's a Vaishnava. And when you Dandavat, you can chant this mantra. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubevacha paditanam pavinebhyo Vaishnavebayo namo namaha. Right? And say, when they come and give you the sundal, you say just accept. Okay, you don't want to take it, just accept it. Just accept it. Don't eat it. Right? But if they want to honor you, just say, please, Prabhu or Mother, it's already night. I'm not in the position to eat all these kind of things. If you just can offer me, I'll be very happy to accept fruit. Kindly give me fruit. And they'll be very pleased. Oh, you don't eat at night? Yeah, I don't eat at night. Just fruit will do. No, because I don't want to waste this prashadam. It's offered to the Lord. If you can give me fruit, banana or something, they will definitely have banana. And you take the banana, you just, in your mind, just chant, Om Sri Vishnu, Om Sri Vishnu, Om Sri Vishnu, and you start to eat that banana and please them. All right? Don't try to go against them, offend them, and don't try to talk philosophy with them. Vaishnava Prabhu?
Prabhu, if you accept the prasadam from the demigod temple, you say you don't offend them, please accept that prasad, but don't eat. So what do you do with it, Prabhu?
You can give to the birds. There's a lot of things, but you can just go on.
This question was asked to Maharaj. So he says no. The way you say no. Then I said put in the pond. No. He kept on shouting like that. He doesn't allow anything now, Prabhu.
Then?
He said, go and bury.
Okay, bury. Of course, prasadam, because sometimes they think that, what happened if you go out and put the prasadam somewhere? People walk out, they say, look at that, lah. Don't know which fellow, lah. Simply throw the prasadam somewhere. You understand, Prabhu? So you will become this thing. So of course, we don't want burying is also good thing, because when you bury, who eats all that living entity still benefits them.
But that burying, I think he said that, but he didn't. He kept on saying no to everything, na Babu. Whenever you don't, if you say give it to the bird, no, don't ever do that. You'll shout, na Babu.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. So he suggests to bury,
I'm making up. I think I'm not so sure what is. I forgot.
But then what he said, what you should do?
I forgot the last, because this was during the COVID time, na Babu.
Oh, okay.
Online class. So I'm not sure what ultimately ended where, because shouting so much now. Babu.
Oh, okay. Sometimes what I do, when someone tell me the prasadam, say when I go to Murugan temple, say like there's my family side, they have any special prayer or what, I go to the temple, they give me the prasadam. They put it in a this thing, they give it to me. So what I will do, I'll take it and hold it, and of course the prasadam will finish. Yes or not? So then when someone comes in, I said, I got some extra prasadam for you, please accept it. I give it to someone else. You got it?
But then, Babu, don't even give the bird, don't even give the pig, but how can you give it to another fellow, Babu?
I'm not sure, because you haven't heard the conclusion of that talk.
Yeah, but
And I can
long
speculate.
ago, Babu, I forgot, but I know very well.
If you remember what conclusion,
even
then
now,
we can conclusion.
Okay.
Because he said, don't give to the bird, don't give to it. Then what you should do, you forgotten.
I forgotten it, because you are so angry now.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Because the problem in ISKCON, they just simply go around and speaking about this. That's why this is all confidential stuff. That's why I'm telling you. In fact, when we were reading that Nectar of Instruction, at one place where they talk about Madhyama Adhikari, Uttama Adhikari, and Kanishta Adhikari, I put a very very clear warning. You are reading these for your self-nourishment, not to identify people. Oh, that fellow is Kanishta, Oh, look at the fellow attitude. That fellow is Kanishta. Not to identify anyone, but to nourish yourself, to protect yourself. When you see there's there's some kind of Kanishta thing is there, because you're going to talk to him, you're going to create offense. And offense are very detrimental in your progress. So why you should waste it? You already came this far. So don't identify anybody. Identify everybody as the servant of Krishna. And everybody has the potential to serve Krishna. Right?
This
And
question was not asked by me, Prabhu. He was taking class for Bhakti, what's the course, no, Prabhu?
Bhakti Sastri, is it?
Bhakti Sastri. So the
Who's
other
the
people were asking.
Who was the Maharaj?
Brother Maharaj.
Oh, Brihad Bhagavata Maharaj.
Yeah, he was taking nectar of devotion, Prabhu.
Right. Then I'll ask him personally, Prabhu. I got his contact number. I ask him personally.
Yeah, Prabhu. Don't tell my name at all, Prabhu.
No, I won't. Because that Maharaj, even though he's a very strict Maharaj, but he's ocean of mercy.
Yeah.
The reason that we came to KL yesterday, my mother and I was telling, when the car, like the tire exploded by the roadside, then I was just thinking, all it doesn't look like a good omen,
Yeah.
Doesn't, because then my wife was telling yesterday, when you left, when you preparing to leave, the lizard fell on the head.
Yeah, usually it says you'll die, Prabhu.
Yeah, the lizard fell on the head and fell on the right hand side, left hand side. So it's a very bad omen, very, very bad omen. Yesterday night she told me, something, when you are getting ready, when she opened the gate, the lizard fell on the head and fell on this thing, and she felt so bad. And immediately she went to our Jagannath, our deity, and started to pray. My husband and my children are going to KL, and they are so excited because they want to go and see that Maharaj. Okay, so kindly protect them. And just then, that's when I start to think, why Krishna put me in this kind of difficulty? Oh my God. I was thinking, maybe Krishna wants me to sit there and do my chanting, So while waiting, yesterday, basically I did like 91 rounds. I was thinking, this is why Krishna wants me to do this, right? Or chanting 91 rounds. My God, wow, feeling so different. But when I came back, then my wife told me, actually, the lizard fell on my head. on my head and fell on this thing. And I was so worried. And Krishna actually saved me from a great, maybe a fatal accident.
Yeah.
And I was, oh my God, I got a goosebump. They really, yeah. And I was so worried. And the thing was so complicated. I went to the roadside. I someone rather bring the car to the side. And in my car, I'm driving Toyota Innova, and it's brand new. And I don't know, I didn't learn how to like bring down the tire. Like normal car, you just open the boot, you take out the tire. But this one, you have to have a special tool you have to like screw the thing, and the tire will come down from the back. Come down, you take out the tire, put another tire, you just screw back, and the thing go back inside. And you know what? When we were packing things, my daughter took the toolbox because in that car don't have booth. So we are putting all our bags, and she said, no, not enough space. She took the toolbox and put it outside. So what happened? So when the plus guy came and tried to like save me, help me, they say, "Ayah, barang tada." Then call another guy who came in a what they call Toyota, Hilux, because my car and Hilux same. And he brought the tool. He said, "Oh, ini fashion baru bang. This is new fashion." They said, "Oh, ini tak ada lah. Ini saya tak boleh." They have got the flower type. Mine is that hook type. Then I call my wife. Can you come? And thank God, I was just 18, 20 kilometers from my house. Just after the toll at the Cintamani. Then she came, brought the tool, gave it to me, then called that plus again, and they took almost 1 hour more than 1 hour to come, and they rectified the problem, and then we continue our journey. That time I was telling my mother, I said, I think better turn back. I don't feel good. Right? My mother says, no, I really want to see the Maharaj. Even the Maharaj is such a strict Maharaj, but he's ocean of mercy. It's ocean of, something, Prabhu, just speaking very good about, Maharaj, you can simply touch his lotus feet. I fell down, pay all my obeisances. I want to touch, don't want to touch. Then I just said, Maharaj, can I touch your lotus feet? Go ahead. Can you imagine? I fell and I touched his feet, which is quite rare, it's the ocean of mercy. So talking about that. So if that Maharaj says, I'll try to verify with him what we should do with the Deva Prasadam. Because as far as I heard in my Bhakti Sastri class, in all the class, they say, you take it, hold it, if someone else come, give it to them. Or you take it and just go there, just put it somewhere for some animals to eat, right? Or you don't go near the Prasadam place. Don't go there. When they come and give it to you, say, if you're an honorable guest, they invite you, please come, there's a Prasadam place. Just say, oh, I'm so sorry, mother. I don't take, because usually that festival is at night, the Deva festival, right? I don't eat at night. I'm having a very bad stomach, so I shouldn't eat at night. If you don't mind, do you have fruits? Can I have a banana or apple or something like that? Do you have fruits? Oh, yes, because in every temple, they must have banana. One of the Hindu ritual, banana is a must. Definitely they'll have banana. And take the banana, just meditate, Om Sri Vishnu, Om Sri Vishnu, Om Sri Vishnu, just peel it and just eat it. Satisfy them. Don't go against them. Don't create enmity. Don't make them feel very frustrated with you. All right? Okay. Now there's a thing. Oh, why? Because why we are doing this? Because the Mayavadi chanting and the worship are both offensive. Because the Mayavadi worship, everything is offensive. So when we take the food from them, it's offensive. So what happens if you go to Chinese vegetarian shop? You eat there. Is there any difference? They are neutral. You're only taking the karma, their consciousness. That's it. You're not taking the offense. You take the karma. That means they cook with anger. After you eat, you become angry. Right? If they are very dull, they're so dull on the day, when you eat, you feel very dull. You take their karma, karmic reaction, that's it. Or sin. All right? It's okay to sin, but not to offense. Offense, very hard to rectify. The sin can be atoned, but offense cannot be atoned. Right? So must be very careful. Right? Because the Mayavadi worship and are both offensive, and the Lord never accepts his offering. Even the offering, even given to the Devas, even the Devas also won't be accepting. Also, to accept offering made directly to the demigods is an offense to Vishnu. and obstruct the path of pure devotional service. See, this is another thing. Accepting offering made directly to the demigods. So another second reason why we don't take that, because the food is offered directly to the devas, right? So that means there is the idea about worshipping the devas independently, all right? So this offense. So these can also obstruct the path of pure devotional service. But by worshipping Krishna, the real devotee will give the demigod the Lord's prasadam out of respect. You know, such worship and receiving such prasad is not offensive. Please underline this statement, right? It is not offensive, right? In this way, the devotee avoid the second offense of chanting the holy name. And by continuing the process correctly, he achieves love of God. If by accident one should happen to turn from accepting Vishnu as supreme, one should be repentant and take shelter of Vishnu and be careful not to commit offense again. That means if by accident one should happen to accept turning away from Vishnu by accident. Okay, by accident you just turn away from Vishnu. So one should repent and after that take shelter of Lord Vishnu and be careful not to commit that offense again. So by remembering Krishna, by remembering his name, chanting his name, the offense will disappear. According to the Vedic literature, there's no prayashchitta or reform atonement more effective than this. So according to that, what they call the Vedic literature, there's no parigaram. In Tamil, we call parigaram or prayashchitta or reformatory process of atonement more effective than this. That's the best atonement. Accept by Krishna, fully surrender to him and chant his name. This is because the Lord is an ocean of mercy and he's an ocean of forgiveness. Similarly, the devotee also forgives past faults. Haridas concluded, one should avoid association. Okay, now the conclusion is this. Haridas concluded, one should avoid association with those who worship the demigods as the supreme, rather worship the Vaishnavas, who takes Krishna as the supreme. Must be very careful. All right. So if it happens to be, if you're in any particular place, situation, maybe your relations, you know, or sometimes in other cult movement or their Mayavadi movement and everything, so we should avoid their association. But if at all, if you need to associate, you remember again, associate with them dutifully and officially. All right. This thing happened yesterday. After I went to my after the Sunday program, after we had a fantastic festival, went back home. I saw my cousin all got together in my sister's house and all start drinking. Right in the afternoon. When I saw them, I felt so disgusted. Last time I get very attracted, but now I feel so disgusted. I just went, I saw them, they all drinking, and I just said, then he says, oh, nee, how? Come join us. I said, nothing doing. Right? I've already out of this. Then I went and sat on this thing. I just didn't even want to go near them. They keep calling, come, at least talk something. I said, no. No, this thing. Then one of my cousins who don't drink, he come and sit with me. Say, why you look so upset? Say, how dare these guys drinking right in front of the children? What the children will think one day? Drinking is normal. And what happens if they take up drinking? You know, who is to offend? So then this thing. So it's better to avoid all these kind of things. Right? Better to avoid all these things. So it's very important. Okay. So in this way, one can avoid the second offense. For one who performs his devotion at the feet of Haridas, the touchstone of the holy name, the name becomes very life and soul. Hare Krishna. We end the session here. And tomorrow we're going to start speaking on another offense, the third offense, chapter 6, disregarding the Guru. Now we open for questions. Any question, any comment? Is it clear? Topic so deep. So deep for question. Okay. Yes, Kesavan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I don't really get the meaning of this concept of duality, Prabhu.
Okay, duality means happy and sad. Man and woman.
Okay.
past and future, happiness and distress. That's called duality. Rendu. Like the Chinese call yin and yang. You know yin and yang, the Chinese concept?
Yes,
The
yes.
black and the white. You know, there's a yin and yang. So this world is world of duality. Right? So a person who are materially attached, they see duality. They see man and women. Example, I take this one example, man and women. But the person who are devotee, who are in the Madhyama Adhikari and above, they don't see duality. They see potential of Krishna. You got it?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
When what happened when Prabhupada went to the West and started to initiate, he even initiated women. In those days, women are not initiated. Only the men, the husband will be initiated. But Prabhupada initiated them. And Prabhupada even gave Brahmin initiation to women. And of course, everybody started to like criticize. His God brother says, what nonsense you're doing? No, you're going there and speculating. He says, you see duality? I only see them as potential of Krishna. Can you see? That's why Srila Prabhupada is our glorious master, who don't see any duality. And even criticize when he start to give sannyas initiation to the Westerners. American sannyasi, Japanese sannyasi, what nonsense is this? He said, you see that? I see them as pure devotee of the Lord. Okay? So a devotee don't see duality, right? But a non-devotee will see a difference. You understand?
Yes, yes, Prabhu. Understand.
So when you talk about different means, you have to compare two things at least. This and this, you differentiate. Yeah. So for this differentiate, but for devotee, there's only one. There's nothing to differentiate. So they differentiate Krishna and his name. Differentiate. Krishna is here, his name is here. But for devotee, this is Krishna, this is his name, this is paraphernalia, this is dress, this is pastime. No difference. You got it?
Okay. Understood, Prabhu. Understood. Thank you. Thank you.
Good question. Good question, Kesavan. Very good question. Okay. Anyone else? All good? Okay. So if there's no question, we end the session here. It's already 11. So thank you so much for your time. It's my humble obeisance to each and every one of you because you're so enthusiastic to come forward to learn and everything. I'm very grateful. Because of you, I am also learning. All right. It's not that I'm lecturing because somebody say, when's your class? I said, not class, discussion. It's like a group study, I want to study and I pull all of you to study along. That's it. Okay. Other than that, tomorrow is not Ekadasi. Tomorrow is not Ekadasi. The Ekadasi is on Wednesday. Wednesday is Ekadasi. And tomorrow is the holy appearance of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, my spiritual master. And we are doing Vyasa Puja festival, right? Those who are aspiring to take shelter, who have taken shelter, aspiring initiation under his lotus feet, you are required to fast half day. Again, those who are his disciple, those who are accepting, aspiring to take initiation from him, who have taken him as a Siksha Guru or whatever, you have to fast half day, morning till afternoon. Then you break your fast with grains in the afternoon. Okay, half day fasting. And there'll be a festival, Vyasa Puja festival will be organized in SJMKL, Kuala Lumpur, in the morning. In the morning, I think starting around 9 o'clock in the morning. And likewise, even in Todu, also in the morning. But Ipoh, because everyone is very committed, job and all these things. So we are celebrating in the evening. Okay, those who are devotee in Ipoh, around Ipoh area, please do come and join us in the evening. Okay, we are starting at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. we're going to do Guru Puja, Prabhupada Puja and Kirtan. Then after that, we're going to do the Vyasa Puja festival. So how we do Vyasa Puja? On the day, we come and offer flower to His Holiness Guru Maharaj. Then we do homage and we start to speak about his glories. Then around 9 o'clock, there'll be prasadam served at night, right? Of course, at night, those who are dieting, okay, but still once in a while, it's okay, right? Especially because it's one of our culture in Gaudiya Vaishnava to glorify pure devotee of the Lord, right? So everyone are invited. Please go and join your nearest temple. Don't think, this is not my guru, this is no. Any Vaishnava that is worshipped, any Vaishnava that is been glorified, we should be the first person to be there to relish it. Relishing the Vaishnava actually is very, 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 very auspicious. Very auspicious. Okay. if you have studied this guru disciple course, you understand there's no difference between all gurus. All are equal, right? Because they are Chaitya Guru, and this part of the expansion of Chaitya Guru that comes to us to deliver us from these clutches. So the mercy of Krishna appears in front of us in the form of Guru. Because when Krishna comes, we say, because Krishna says, don't worship me, worship my devotees. So therefore, he came in the form of a devotee as our personal spiritual master. Okay, so please take this opportunity to go and join those who are in KL and Penang area. Don't miss that prayer in the morning. And in Ipoh, like Kesavan and Vivan. Vivan is not here. Oh, Vivan is not here. Okay, Kesavan, please join us tomorrow in the evening. All right. So till then, have a beautiful day. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa sindhubhyavacha, Paditanam pavinibhyo, Vaishnave bhayo namo namaha. Harinam Cintamani ki jai. Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gora Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Gauranga.